Regarding the lights, the candles of Hanukkah, there's something very unique about them. We light candles for Shabbat, for Shabbos, we light candles for the holidays, for Yom Tov. But each of these times that we light the holidays, we light the candles for the holiday or for Shabbos, it's for a certain purpose. We light it for kavod of Shabbos, for the honor of Shabbos. We light it for the oinig of Shabbos, for the pleasure of Shabbos, to enjoy our meals, to see what we're eating. So there's an idea to light candles. We light it for the purpose of shalom, of peace, to bring harmony, of peace in the home. And we actually receive benefit from the candles. We receive benefit from the light. With regards to the Chanukkah candles, we kindle these candles. The first night we light one, the second night we light two, and etc. We go till 8 days. And these candles, it says, Ein lo neshus lishtamash b'hem. Ein lo neshus lishtamash b'hem. We don't have any permission. Permission is not granted to use them. We don't actually, there's no utilitarian use of the Chanukkah candles. They're there purely l'roisem bilvad, to see them alone, not to derive benefit, to illuminate the house so you can see things clearly, not that it should bring joy in the home, not for the honor of the holiday, not for the pleasure of the Yom Tov, simply l'roisem bilvad, to see them. And the purpose of the lighting of the candles is actually to look at them. So it's a visual practice, to literally see them, not to derive benefit from them, but to see them. And because the way the sages phrase this, the liturgy is l'roisem, to see them, the sages throughout the generation have always told us that there's an idea, there's a very high and important idea of actually looking at the candles, to look at the candles, see what the story, what is the flame telling us, what is the story that this flame is telling us. And this is to contrast the idea of what the Greeks represented. The ancient Greeks, were worshippers of the image. They worshipped the body, the image of the body, the Olympian. They worshipped sculpture. They worshipped imagery. It was a culture very steeped in visual, in the empirical, what can be seen, what can be observed, and the celebration of what can be observed, and the beauty that is found in the revealed and the seen world. Yerushalayim, Jerusalem, or otherwise called Zion. Zion has the same letters as the word Yavan. Yavan means Greek, Yud Vav Nun, and Zion has the same letters of Yavan, which is Greece, with the letter Tzadik in the beginning of that word. So what does the Tzadik represent? Zion, in contrast, Jerusalem, Yerushalayim, in contrast to Greece, represents a beauty. Mitzia Mechlal Yofi. Zion also represents a place of pure beauty. There's 10 measures of beauty that came down to this world, and 9 of them was received by Yerushalayim. But Jerusalem represents the idea of beauty, but a beauty that's not a beauty for itself, for its sake its own. It's not an end in itself. It's not a celebration of the object in itself, the body in itself, but it's connected to tzaddik, to something that's higher, something that's deeper. We look at the beauty of the world and we connect it to the Creator. We see the wonders of creation and the beauty of creation, and we look at that and we say, how beautiful, Marabu Masecha, how wondrous is your work, Magadlu Masecha, how great is your work, your handiwork in this world. And we're brought to a point of awe and reverence and love. So it opens us up to something that's much larger than the immediate, what is being seen. And it's interesting that that's the way our sages established L'Shana Acheres the next year, when they established the celebration of Hanukkah, which was essentially a spiritual battle between Jerusalem, between Zion and Yavon, between Jerusalem, Yerushalayim, and Greece. They commemorated the celebration, L'Shana Acheres, when they celebrated the Haladah, to give praise and to make offerings. And many years later, also they started celebrating it through lighting of candles, through the kindling a flame. A flame is a visual. It is a visual. You look at it, you see it. And like we said before, the mitzvah of lighting the Hanukkah candles is l'roisem, is to see it. But the nature of a flame is that when you look at a flame, 2 things happen. One thing is that the flame is always disappearing. It always seems like it's, the moment you grasp the flame, it jumps and it disappears and a new flame appears. Of course, this is an illusion, but it appears as if this flame is constantly being recreated. The other point of the flame is that the flame is always jumping upwards. It's always pointing to a higher direction. It's saying, look at me, look at my beauty, but look where I'm pointing towards. What is the direction, the orientation where my beauty is taking you? And I think that's what the contrast between the Greeks and Yerushalayim is, this idea of beauty for its own sake as an end in itself, or beauty that points us to a higher place, to something that's deeper. And this is what we have to look. This is why the sages established that we light a candle, we light a flame for Hanukkah to celebrate this idea that yes, Yerushalayim Mechal Yofi, that the beauty of the world is seen in Yerushalayim, and there's beauty in the creation. And we have to actually make a blessing for the beautiful things that we see in this world. We have to make a blessing of Shana Bris, that there is an idea of a celebration of the beauty. But the beauty is not beauty in its own, but it's a beauty that points to something that's deeper. It's not just an external reflection. It's not an external expression of something that's nothing other than itself, an end in itself, but it's an expression of beauty that allows us to go beyond it. So we look at the candles, we gently observe those candles, and we see them leaping upwards, and we recognize that we have to take all the beauty in this world and direct it to a higher source, a higher power, and connect with Hashem.